I choose to be a life giver. You see, we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. I will take you back to where I started. I'm sure if I never started what I'm doing right now, I wouldn't be here seated down with you. 5 years ago, okay, Garden the Expo Foundation started, we officially registered the foundation 2019 with CAC, and 2020 we began. Okay, I'll just tell you a short story about myself.
Okay.
During that time, that period I wasn't earning so much. Yes, I was working. Okay, that's 2019. I wasn't earning so much. I was working, yes. I remember my salary was 38,000 naira. Uh-huh. A young girl that needs everything. I'm a single lady. I was running my MSc in University of Nigeria and Soka, and I was sponsoring myself. You consider the transportation to and fro because I was going from Nnewi to Soka, and then going to work, and then trying to survive. I didn't have an external person that was kind of supporting me. I had my parents, but then I didn't put the burden on them.
Okay.
I took the challenge on myself to see myself through school. That season, with the little money I was being paid, neither did I have any man friend that was kind of bringing money.
Okay.
So I survived with that little I had. And then, because I chose to be a life giver, I didn't allow the challenges around me to put my head down. You see, there are a lot of things that want to knock you down. But in life, you must choose not to allow the challenges of life to put you down, to put your head down. You have to choose to bring your head up and keep going. Because where we are going to is far and is a better place. So I made up my mind to impact my generation. And somehow God just put this in my heart. I just had this burning desire for the orphans. When I see people walking on the streets, they're not going to school. It pains my heart, kind of. So I decided to look out for them and see a way to help them. I bet you, even if you're not a biological parent to a child,
Okay.
you can still go out for them and be a mother or a father to them. The way I am, I don't have a biological children right now, but I have many of them. I remember walking into their school most times, the kind of excitement on their faces, the light on their faces as per our Savior has come. I remember, I'm going to tell you a story. I remember one of the times when we started, I met this woman. Okay, the headmistress of the school told us about two of the children in school. Although these particular children, they were not orphans,
Okay.
but they already lost their dad. So they had only their mom. That day, the mom never saw this miracle coming. The headmistress just told us about them. It was that terrible. She told us that most time these children come to school without eating. You can imagine when they are teaching them, it takes a teacher that is very sensitive. When they're teaching them, they are not understanding. They are dizzy, they are kind of sleeping. So she now had to trace down to the root and their foundation to understand what was their problem. Now she now got to know what their problem was, and she decided to step in. When they come, sometimes she buys food for them, just for them to cope and be able to articulate and understand. Do you understand? So, and then that day we just stepped into the school and we decided to adopt these two children and start paying their school fees. My God, you can imagine. I wasn't in the scene, but then the story, when we left, and they called the mom that some people came and gave your children scholarship. The mom came down to the school. it was as if she was rolling on the ground. It was as if God sent an angel to them. You know, something that you never expected. It was as if it was in her dream. I remember these children telling me when they got home, the prayer that day was massive. It was massive. Even the grandma, everybody joined to pray for these people that came to rescue them from this. You are an angel. You that is listening to me, you are an angel. You know, in this our own side, most times you may be expecting one angel to come down from heaven. I'm sure, if not that this woman finally met me over and over again, in her widest world, she won't admit that this person that came to pay the children's school fees is actually a human. Did you get me? Yes. So that and that and that. So in Jardine de Espal Foundation, when we started, I just told you my salary then was very little. But then I remember a post I came across. If you cannot feed 100 children, you can begin with one. So when we started, we only started with 5 children. Yeah, we only started with 5. And that is how we kept increasing from 5 to 10. We were just adding 5, 5. From 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20. And currently, by September, we are running a 1 million project where we're going to have like 50 children under our scholarship payroll. We intend to go out for them. You know why? Okay, I'll tell you, our vision in Jardine de Espal is to eradicate poverty among the orphans, the downtrodden, especially the orphans. Then, one of our first mission is to enroll these children into school in primary, secondary, and tertiary education. And why we chose that first is because me personally, I came to understand that poverty is not when you don't have material things. Poverty is the thing of the mind. Yeah. If you don't, somehow, if you're not processed, you are limited. You have a lot of, if you're ignorant, you are limited. When you are sent to school, there are a lot of things that will happen. Okay, I will tell you a story. You permit me, I'm sure that with a lot of stories I'm going to tell you, you see how important it is for us to go out for these children. I remember going out, most of you, I don't know if you're from Nnewi, but then there is a place, a slum in Nnewi. Most people don't even believe that we have slum in Nnewi. We do. We have a slum in this Osakwe. Exactly. Yeah. I don't know if you've been opportune to enter there. You will appreciate the Lord that God gave birth to you in your family. And I hope you know that these children, they didn't do anything wrong. Exactly. They didn't choose where they were giving birth to. The question is, you would have been that child. And if people like us did not go out to get them, if you were in their shoes, and if people like us did not go out to get someone like you, how would you have survived? That's the question. So, personally, I had to put myself in the shoes of these children. I would have been the person. So, in that place, oh my God, I remember those times. There were times that we used to bring these children out. We will give them free ride, bring them in a certain place, talk with them, interact with them, feed them, pray with them, share God's word with them. Now, in the course of our interaction, we found out a lot of things. My God, as little as these young boys, very tender, they were already going out with guys that smoke. Very tender. And then the young girls, that place, birth rate is multiplying like this. You know, when you're in your own corner, you don't know what's happening. If people like us did not go out to search for these ones, I wonder how our society will be. I'm telling you. Children, their life, they are like a seed. When you plant them in a better environment, they grow like a tree. And when they bear fruit of righteousness, if they are given the right environment. But when they are not given the right environment, when they bear fruit, you can imagine the kind of fruit they bear. When you eat a fruit that is sour, how do you feel? And then remember, it's those fruit that they bear that one day become a seed too. So when they bear fruit of wounded people, when they bear fruit of ignorant people, when they bear fruit of people that mediocres, when they bear fruit of robbers, prostitutes, our society will be littered with a lot of them. You will not be saved. I don't know whether you've encountered people that smash your bag one day. If you have, you understand that there is need for us to go out for this kind of people. Yeah, if we don't do them, nobody will do it. It was a burning desire in my heart. Most of them in that slum, we came to understand, even the young girls, they were so vulnerable and exposed. If you check, we had to start correcting how they sit. Some of the young girls, when they sit, they open their legs. It was that bad. I mean, you can imagine it. How old? They're already giving birth to children. What do they know? Nothing. And you can imagine how diseases is spreading in that kind of community. Ignorance, diseases, and all that. So it's been a burning desire in our heart. And God somehow has been helping us as the little we can. Okay? And in the course of this time, we've encountered one or two challenges. Okay? And the first challenge we've encountered is the fact that to help shift their mindset is not a day job. Yeah, people in that kind of community. People will say, when you get an orphan, most times people that give scholarship, they go for brilliant ones. But that is not our aim. There is a target. Number one is that they are orphans. And secondly, is to help transform their mind. Do you understand? Is to help them believe in themselves and believe there is a God that can help them. So, I remember there are some of our children right now, we are trusting God for wisdom. On a normal, you should say you withdraw the child from school because their teachers, they have come to complain. This one is not doing well, this one is not doing well. But my dear, we have found out that it's from where they are coming from. We have to be patient with them. I remember one of our community mobilizations sometime, we came across a mother. Oh God, my heart bled that day. We came across this mother. We entered Osakwe and someone directed us to a child and told us that this child has not been to school. Okay, so we were excited, thank God. At least we have seen someone we can enroll from the scratch. And amazingly, when we got closer to the house of the child, we met the mother. From the upstairs, the mother was ranting. Who told you that I don't have money to send my child to school? Who told you that I'm poor? I felt so hot. I felt bad. The privilege that this child would have gotten, this mother this is how she blocked this little child's future. And the ranting wasn't a joke. She, on top of her voice, that we should leave her, she's not poor, and this is how, and amazingly, in the same community, a mother from nowhere, I think she's from Abakaliki, she just ran to us, please ma, my child needs help. And see the openness, see the light, and I will just, two kind of people from the same community. And this is the way it also is. A president can grow out of slum. A priest can come out from slum. A leader can come out from slum. We must see the future of these children. If we don't help these children, our society will not become a better place because they are our future. Yes. Any country that invests in education can never be poor. Yeah. Can never be poor. Because you are helping to create something tangible in the life of these children. So I still telling my story. So during that period, we were able to enroll this woman's child, or I think the child, and then some other persons. This is how we left the other woman. I'm trying to make you understand the challenges we have been facing. This is the first challenge. So When we have these our children in school, and sometimes they feel like laggards, they are not really laggards just because of where they are coming from. So inability for them to really catch up. There are people that are naturally very brilliant. Okay. Yes. But when you encounter these ones that are not too brilliant, it's difficult to cope with them. And our society, because in the Njadinde Export Foundation, one of our mission too in the future is to have a skill acquisition center, not just for our children, but for the society. Where children like this, at least you can push them, even if it's nursery to primary 6. You withdraw them, send them to a skill acquisition center. I mean, for their age. Did you get? Because there are different skills you can give a child. Musical, sewing, different kinds of skill. But you must bring it down to their level so that they can be able to pick. So if we had that kind of skill acquisition center around us, we would have taken these children and given them that opportunity. Did you understand? So it has been a challenge. So the second challenge we are faced with, although we are trusting the Lord, is finance. Over time, we've had friends and families that help out. That's how we are able to have these 15, 20 children, just like this 1 million project we are running right now. Is also friends, people from around the country. When they see our flyers and somehow God puts in their heart to help, is a cry to help the orphans. Most times, they are guiding. Okay, another challenge we have, this is the third challenge we've encountered, is that we encounter consistent withdrawal of children from school. Because we have come, remember we are talking about underprivileged children and then orphans. Orphans, children that don't have a mother and a father, most times they live with their guardians. And sometimes in school, we encounter this over and over again. Even last year, we encountered it severally. A child has been in school, all of a sudden, you hear that he or she has been withdrawn by the guardian. Maybe they relocated, okay, or maybe they just felt that this child will not go to school again. So it's been a major problem to us. And this year, of course, God has given us wisdom to know how to tackle it. Because these children's life must be better. Yeah. No matter how little you can impute in the life of a person, do it. Don't get discouraged. Did you get? Don't get discouraged. So over time, we've been trusting the Lord to help us see how to reach out to more children. And we are doing it with enthusiasm. We are doing it with all passion. We are doing it with everything we have. Because, of course, you should know a code that says when you educate a girl child, you educate a community. Just like me telling you that a child is like a seed, that when it grows, if it's a good seed, you can't imagine. When a child is a president and you sponsor that kind of child from the slum, that child will give a meaning to other less privileged children. He will help other people to see there is a future to behold. The head of these children are down. They need you and I to make them come up. Did you understand? So wherever you are, that child that is close to you, most time we are quick to condemn. Most time we are quick to give up. Most time we are quick to be in our own small corner. That life situation is all around you. No, you must step out. Whatever passion and burden you have, please don't bottle it up in you. Start somewhere. Start somewhere. And I'm sure that when you start, the input you are putting into the life of these children, tomorrow you will see the reward. What I'm doing now is not as if they are paying me. Yeah, these children are not paying me any dime. But then I'm excited. I'm so excited seeing them go to school. I'm so excited seeing them leave. When I leave, I see them leave. It gives me passion, and it gives me fulfillment. I think that should be the right word. It makes me fulfilled in life, that I have people that I'm giving life to. So choose to be a life giver, and don't go and put your head down and think that problems of life is all about you. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. She didn't really take much time, but I think I don't know if there's anyone that has question. I actually have two questions for you, but maybe I'll open the floor for our audience to ask before I ask my questions. Is there anyone that has questions here for her? Let me go ahead with my questions. I think she's
Okay.
still thinking about,
Processing.
she's processing her question. Okay, you beyond, I know there is this burning desire, there's this passion.
Okay.
Because I've seen people that are passionate. They are today they are passionate about this. Tomorrow they are passionate about this.
Okay.
Beyond burning desire and
Yes.
passion,
Yes.
is there any other pointer that can like help streamline what is that, okay, rather give direction to our burning desires and passion? Is there something else beyond desire? Is there something else that can give direction to it? Like, I know you had a burning desire for the less privileged. Is
Yes.
it just the burning desire, or are there other things that came into play?
Okay. Of course, when you have a burning desire, it doesn't stop there. You know, there are people that are good in bringing up ideas.